G'day, welcome, hi, hey, how you going? One of those will be good. As I did last time, cut out this tree. What I did is put some dark oak slabs, trapdoors down, made a bit of path block, some coarse dirt and some dirt through here, give it a bit more of like a well-travelled look to it. Through here I haven't quite done too much yet, just sort of did this and thought, fuck, I'll do that later. I finished off this area. Again, just put these cargo areas down. I wanted to emulate like a loading bay where the crane will spin around, pick them up. This doesn't actually work. This is just for aesthetics. But the theory of it, the story, if you will, is that yeah, it spins around, picks up whatever it needs to grab, and that's sort of how that worked. Yeah, I was pretty happy with this. I also, as well, did more underwater. So very much the same as the other pillar. Just make it a little bit natural. Chuck some corals and some plants and some slabs and some everything around the place, a bit of treasure. So yeah, I think this part looks really good now. Right now at the moment I'm going to continue on with the rest of the jetty. One thing I did add is I put a few of these pressure plates in, a bit hard to see, but if you sort of run through you see that they pop up a little bit, like you look at that, those two there, and it's just another bit of depth and elevation. I sort of think it helps emulate levels of wood and different thicknesses of planks. So yeah, at the moment I'm going to start finishing the rest of this, but of course I need more spruce, so you know what that means. Chop chop chop. Imagine if I just made you watch another minute me cutting down trees. Chop 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 chop. Anyway, I cut all those down and craft them up into what I need. So I've got a bunch of trapdoors and slabs and barrels and pressure plates, and I went and made a few more lanterns, a few more. Oh, and I also got a few more of these decoration blocks, so I can start finishing the dock off now. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have friends. This is multiplayer. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. Try something different there with your extra camera. But yeah, so here we go. This is the first one, sort of what I envisioned for the crane. It's just a loading area of just goods, I guess. So you know, you've got your chests and your crates and stuff. Put a little cauldron down here, bit of water in there. Look like maybe it's an empty metal drum that's filled up with rainwater or excess wave water from the sea. I chucked a few boats in around here just to give a bit more character. I'm going to do more work to the water around here soon, don't worry. This was just a smaller stock area, so it's got a little bit of food stuff, and then just a few of the goods, and I'm trying to use these scaffoldings as like fishing nets. It's sort of hard to do, and the cobwebs I was going to originally use don't look very good, so that's my attempt for them. Fishing nets slash just sticks holding shit up. This is the biggest one. It's sort of got a bit of everything, so lots and lots of different storage containers and other blocks to put stuff on and in, and so yeah, it's just lots of detail, and it's a bit messy, but it's kind of the vibe I was going for. Like, whoa, this place is disorganized, so we need to get some guy in here tidy it all up. So that's that. And then the last two here, we've got just another sort of medium-sized storage one. So it's, yeah, again, it's got the same stuff as everything else. Just try to place it a bit sprightly, a bit interesting. So hopefully, it looks alright. I think it looks pretty good. And then just a big food one. So this has got mainly food storage and water again. This one's sort of a bit different from the rest of them, but I think it looks pretty good, and hopefully, yeah, from the time lapse you thought the same thing. Oops. I didn't put one anymore on the inside here because to me it didn't make much sense having it, from a loading point of view. Can I fucking get up? A loading point of view where you can't really get ships in here. So I think in here I'm going to do maybe some kind of statue or monument or something in the water here, so stay tuned for that. But now I'm just going to quickly go through and do a bit more work underwater here. So I want to do a similar amount of terraforming as what we did over there down here, not to the same extent. I want to extend these tree roots down to the floor as well. Maybe put a sunken ship down here, that could be cool. Ooh, yeah. So one of the things I want to use down here a lot is these sea pickles. because they're a light source, so it'll stop drown from spawning, and you can sort of get a bit creative with, you know, the way you lay them out, and it just looks like a bit more ocean fauna. No, that's anim flora. I'm gonna go with flora because it's on the floor and that's where plants are. I gotta get a few more of these, so I'm gonna go harvest some of them. Cool. So the sea pickles I find in coral biomes like this. They just basically spawn like they are down here. You just go through and break them. They got the best noise ever. Listen. Cool. So after about 15 minutes or so of harvesting, got what's that, 18, 19, nearly 20 stacks of sea pickle, and I got a bit of coral as well, just sort of accidentally grabbed a bit. So yeah, as I said, I wanted to trickle these roots down, so I'm just gonna do that now. Put a bit of greenery on it, some sea pickles which we just gathered, bring it sort of down to around here maybe. Yeah, see how we go. Yeah, cool. So I just did this root. I'm just putting some bone meal on it to make it look like it's had growth on it in the sea, like, you know, algae, seaweed, whatever you want to call it. So I extended the roots down, and I think it looks alright. It looks a bit like, oh wow, this is a big boy. And I already had this bit here. I actually might cover up the rest of this stone right now because it looks just so out of place. You might be wondering what this is. This is a creeper farm to get gunpowder, but how this works is there's just a giant dark space in there, and when I'm in the vicinity, creepers can spawn on these slabs, and then every, I think it's like 15 seconds or so, oh hello spider, spiders can also spawn, this water flushes off the side and down onto those magma blocks. They get pushed into the middle and they like die on the magma. I run down here and there's just, yeah, this is the magma blocks, the water above them, and there are these minecarts which just collect the drops, which go into these chests, which into this one. So the gunpowder is used to make these rockets to fly with the elytra. So I grabbed a few blocks that I usually use to make the stone things, as you've seen underneath the crane. So I'm just going to go through here and do this wall, maybe do just this face for now, and work my way around as I need to. So yeah, I'll be back whenever something happens. Cool. So I put some magma blocks and soul sand blocks down, make some bubbles, put a bit of greenery and growth around, some sea pickles. So yeah, when this grows, it should be pretty good. Yeah, pretty happy with how this has turned out. Just something for the middle here, and I'd say this sort of area is pretty much done, apart from a few details which I'll just do sort of in between episodes, maybe doing little bits of, yeah, not sure. Alright, so I had a bit of a look in a creative world and just look around at some ships I found in the ocean, and I got a pretty good idea of how I want to build it. So I'm just going to start. I started laying out the area I want it to be. It's probably going to just crash into this wall, put, yeah, some grass and shit all over it so it'll look a bit more old and depreciated. So I'll start building. I don't know how much it's going to talk over, to be honest, because it's going to be a lot of me just sitting here thinking, and that is boring to watch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the blocks I'm going to use for this build are a mixture of oak and birch. I like the colour of it. It looks a bit like it's been faded underwater, sort of, you know, left there, and maybe a bit rotten. Maybe not, I don't know. I haven't really used too much of the actual wood throughout the rest of the builds that I've done on the server so far, so I thought, give it a go. Might change it when it's done, might think it looks shit, but for now we'll just see how it goes. Cool, it's a bit of a progress update. I've got some of the foundation of it built. It's actually really tough to do. I'm looking at a couple photos of them, and yeah, it's pretty difficult to sort of replicate it block by block. So luckily I'm making this one look a bit broken. So I'll do more of that at the end when it's all built. But I sort of started by saying that, you know, oh, this wall's fallen off here and it's on the ocean floor, so that'll be hopefully provide a cool interaction. We can swim and look into it more. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going and keep building. So I've just sort of done a bit more. I went a bit offbeat from the photos. You know, I sort of had the photo of how they look in the game, and I didn't think it looked damaged and banged up enough for what I wanted. So here I basically just done the front has just smashed all over the rocks, you know, bits of wood everywhere. So the idea is that once upon a time before all this was here, maybe it was sailing and it just, I don't know, hit something and came down and just full speed into the rocks. Do ships crash like this? I don't know. I'm not a nautical archaeologist. I've also got a bit of a broken mast here, and this one's just disappeared. I might even put some more logs like over here, sort of show that that's where it is. The interior of the ship I've just sort of destroyed and crumbled, so it looked like, again, eroded, broken, not there. I'm going to put some chests and stuff in here, but I'm nearly done with this. That's pretty cool. Another thing I want to do is put maybe some like stone stalactites, whatever these like pointy rocks would be called, just like around just different parts of the ship. So yeah, it sort of looks like it's just actually just hit those rocks there, sort of is the vibe I'm going for. Gonna put a bell on the mast here. Oh no, I'm not. That looks shit. Wait, fuck. Make it look like there's a bit of an anchor back here, or at least a chain. I don't know if it's really gonna look any good, but give it a go. Yeah, it'll just do something else a bit different. And where's that broken? So here where the wall fell out, I'm gonna put a couple little chests around the place, sort of like, oh, they fell out too. Oh shit, wrong one. Put that there. One of these here. Bit of stone. This one will get a bit of greenery as well, like the other one. Yeah, I'm only gonna have those few bits of coral, nothing more than that, but I'll just get some bubbles and call this part pretty much done. Yeah, it looks good from up here, sort of see it in the water down there, like it's lit up well enough, so you're like, oh, what the? And you zoom down and you see just this giant shipwreck. So yeah, pretty happy with this. Oh, it kind of looks like it's fire. Doesn't make much sense. At least this can almost look like roots from the tree. I mean, it doesn't, but it's not orange. Let's give a bit of a swim. Yeah, that's cool. I like this. But yeah, pretty productive episode. I filmed this one over a few days, so if that's why my voice sounds a bit different throughout, you know, different times of day. Yeah, I'm digging what we did this episode. It looks really good. Like, we got this in, which I sort of built, but told you about. Finished the rest of the dock off, and yeah, looking real good. Bit of a cunt to walk on, but that's alright. I don't mind. Got a couple of cargo bays done. This one looks really good. My favourite one is definitely this one. Like, it just looks the best. There's so much going on. You're like, ah, what the hell? It's almost overwhelming, but I think it still works really, really well. Yep, I'll give that guy a name tag. Yeah, then these two as well. There's a trader here that's invisible. Oh, hey mate. Good timing. What do you got? Nothing much really for sale, that's a shame. Then of course we built the ship at the end here, which turned out, yeah, really, really well. It was a bit of a fun one for me. A bit different how I normally do it, sort of half from reference image, half just off the top of my head. And I think it came out pretty well. Bye.